So we were talking about the silver bedroom, and the silver bedroom was the VIP room at Tunnel, one of the VIP rooms, and it was right here. And this was actually the VVIP room, because the VIP room at this point wasn't enough. We had to have a VVIP room so that the VVIPs wouldn't have to mingle with the mere VIPs.
Isn't this where the
silver bedroom was?
Yeah.
This was my bedroom, and there was a silver bed in there, obviously.
Wasn't there like Nintendo always
yes, there was a Nintendo.
Lots of semi-conscious people.
Lots of semi-conscious people, and beanbag chairs, and we had a telephone line.
Who did the door here?
on the bed, I remember.
Yeah, we had a live telephone line.
Who did the door?
Sushi. And
Right.
Sushi and sometimes Astro, which is right there.
Yep.
Oh, we should have brought Astro. That would be fun.
He could have used some of his lines, how he turned people away.
Oh,
The way he turned people away, he could have did a little reenactment.
Oh, well, also when we used to have our drug scavenger hunts, we would send people to all around the club for a little bit of K, a little bit of Rohypnol, a little bit of cocaine, and then Freeze or Sushi would do the door here, and Freeze was, you did not get past him unless you had what you, and so everybody had to have something to contribute to come into the room. And I remember one night, you remember that Japanese guy with the fangs? He was and he had little curly things here.
I don't think anybody that went into that room remembered anything.
Well, it was one of those drug scavenger nights, and the club had a dearth. A dearth? Is that a lot or a little?
A little.
Oh yeah, because then it had a dearth. There's a dearth of Rohypnol. We needed Rohypnol, and so everybody was in there with cocaine and ecstasy and speed and special K and everything, but we didn't have any Rohypnol. And this Japanese, he was so beautiful with his little fangs, and he comes to the club, to the room, and he meekly, he's like, holds up this handful of pills to Freeze, and Freeze's like, "What's that, Xanax?" I said Rohypnol. This is a mirror version of the other. There's two basements here. This is a mirror version of the other one. So it's the exact opposite
Of the basement?
of the other basement. The other basement, the stairs come down that
Where was
side.
the DJ booth? Why is the DJ in the basement?
Huh?
The DJ booth that was in the basement.
This is not the basement. This is the mirror basement, meaning there's two basements.
Right, but you said
Well,
it's like this, but
it's
the opposite
flipped.
way.
It's flipped.
Right.
So the DJ booth originally was under the stairs. This is over there. Well, this used to be the Kenny Sharp room. You'd come through here, and obviously they took down all of the
because we didn't go down
fur.
any stairs. That's what's throwing me
There
off.
was no, you didn't go downstairs to get into the Kenny Sharp room?
You didn't?
No.
Rebecca, guys, get in there.
Strip!
Come on, Rebecca.
What? I'm having flashbacks.
Welcome to the Pew.
Welcome to the Pew.
The Tunnel episodes.
There's light. Where there's light, hopefully, at the end of the tunnel. Not usually.
Yeah, well, today there is, because we're here in the daytime, so
Yeah.
there's light.
Yeah.
All right. But for how long?
Hopefully long enough
4
to finish
hours.
this episode. So we're here. We were thinking about prostitutes today for some reason. I don't
Right.
know
Well,
why.
there used to be so many prostitutes on 28th Street because when Tunnel first opened in the late 80s, this
my gosh.
area was like a rampant prostitution
Yeah.
area. So on 27th Street, there really weren't a lot of prostitutes. But the minute you would walk around the corners of 28th,
And
there
they
would
would
be like 50
naked and wearing
naked.
feather boas and putting their tits up against the
Right, they
window
all
of the
had
car.
right. I mean, they were
G-strings.
Yeah, it was just like the
It's
most
like
shocking.
Brazilian. It was sort of like a carnival in Brazil,
Right.
very flamboyant and like.
So, and they were mean. Like, you better not fuck with those prostitutes because they would like.
Julie
get
and I
fights
bought
with
two of them once for Rudolph's birthday. We were here on the way to Rudolph's birthday party, and we found two, and we said, "Oh, you have to come with us to Tunnel," and we promised them each $100, and we brought them to the club and gave them to Rudolph for his birthday.
Did he have sex with them?
No, I don't know. We gave them to him, and then we had Tunnel pay for it.
Here's your birthday present. Tunnel, can you pay for it? So I would often when people would visit me in New York, I would bring them to the Tunnel, and then just to like fuck with their minds, I would go, when we would leave, I would take them down the prostitution strip because it was just so shocking. And
I didn't know anybody that was shocked by that.
my brother was shocked by it. He was.
Well, I would bring people like Larry Seidler and
Yeah, I brought family.
So did I. None of my family was shocked by either.
So, which brings us to the burning question of which country has the best hookers.
Yeah, Ernie and I used to go on trips to Berlin and Amsterdam and places like that, not necessarily looking for prostitutes.
No, they would find us.
But while we were
somehow.
there, sometimes they would find us, and sometimes we would bring them back to New York.
Or we would just run into them wherever.
just run
Like
into them.
somehow we always found ourselves in red light
And we
districts.
made I made friends with a lot of them, and even while I was in Peru, some of them that we met in Berlin were writing me in Peru. Kim,
Yeah.
I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember Kim.
Well, he didn't speak English.
He a little bit, he did.
Oh, I don't
But
remember
his
having
letters,
any conversation.
His letters were written in German.
Yeah,
He
Michael.
spoke the international language.
Well, we're gonna flash this picture. I think the
Yeah,
Czech
got it.
Republic has some pretty nifty hookers because
Yeah,
they had this
yeah.
really funny ad where they, they have the Victoria. You say it's a Victoria's Secret model, and
I said it's a Victoria's Secret ad.
I think that Victoria's Secret has kind of warped the expectations of John's worldwide. Like they all expect Victoria's Secret now. They won't settle for anything less.
Well, I mean, a Victoria's Secret prostitute would be expensive, high end, top of the line, top of
this,
the line.
This company is high end. They say they have high class, top of the
See,
line
first of all,
hookers
people
with
who are
university.
actually high class never use the term high class.
Right. Well, I thought that what was really funny about the ad is that they boast that all their escorts have university degrees. So then you see like her hand in her panties, because I'm sure she's about to pull out her diploma
Yes.
to show you how
smart
educated
she
she is. So we give
E
the
equals
award.
MC squared.
So we give the award to the Czech Republic for their fancy.
They do though.
Victoria's
They do have
Secret
some
ad.
hot prostitutes, both male and female.
Well, isn't Ivana Trump from the Czech Republic?
She's
Kind of a-
she's Hungarian.
she's kind of whorish.
I thought she was Hungarian. Czechoslovakian and Hungarian, so they're all very similar, but
Yeah. We'll be right back.
yeah.
And now a word from our sponsor. Welcome back to the Pew.
Welcome back to the PU.
Okay. Look about it.
There is a large expanse of floor here, and there's some clutter and litter on it, which brings to mind this argument that Michael and I had about
Every
cleaning
day.
the floor.
Every day. I mean,
he has the most primitive ideas about housekeeping.
you want a relationship with the dirt. You have to, in order to have a relationship with the dirt, you have to get down on your hands and knees and you have to scrub the floor. When you're pushing a broom, you have no relationship with the dirt, and you'll never really know when your floor is clean.
I want the dirt to be at broom's length or at mop's length.
And by not having a
And I don't
relationship
wanna
with the
get
dirt,
close to
it's
it.
sort
I
of
don't
like
wanna
keep
bend
your friends
down.
close and your enemies closer. You want to get close to that dirt so that you know all
Michael's
about
on
it.
his hands and knees, cleaning the floor, and I'm thinking, that's so crazy. Why would you do that?
It's a European thing, I think.
No, it's not a European
Yeah, I
thing.
think it is.
The Europeans invented mops. I'm pretty sure they did.
I don't know if they did.
Oh. Well, who do you think invented?
I don't know. Somebody
who do you
lazy,
think?
lazy people invented mops.
I don't think so. I think Germans invented.
No, the Germans did not invent mops.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Who invented mops? Find out who invented mops.
And it's not the
This
Pier
is a-
Queens.
this is a pure
It's not the Pier Queens stealing
Mopping-
designer clothes.
mopping
from
those clothes.
Henri Bendel on Fifth Avenue.
This is a pure challenge. Who invented the mop? And we also don't mean the mop top. The Beatles.
Oh God, no. Bitches want to know.
Okay, what do they want to know this time? Was it
Rose
Rose
Williams.
Williams wants to know, were we high when we filmed the Joan Rivers show, and would we do anything fun backstage? I wasn't high when we filmed the Joan Rivers show.
I was very high.
Were you?
Yes, because I remember.
Oh, I remember.
I remember like doing a bunch of
and
crystal
I
meth.
was so mad at you. Oh my God, I was mad at you.
I didn't do it in front of Joan.
But you did it in the dressing room.
No, I
Yes,
did it.
you did. You did it in the dressing room. I remember now. It's so funny that you brought that up because it's in my book. I was so mad at you. Before we went on stage, on the stage, Amanda, this was her first talk show ever, and
She was really nervous. She was
really
terrified.
nervous, and she didn't know. She almost didn't go on. She didn't know how she was going to answer the questions or what she was going to say. And James and I just gave her like 3 lines, and we just said, "Not of crystal meth." We gave her 3 talking lines.
Those were for me.
Yeah, and we told her what to say. We gave her 3 sound bites, and it was sort of like, "I'm every man's fantasy," and
Jane Mansfield.
I always get what I want, and so every question that Joan asks her, she answers, "I'm every man's fantasy. I always get what I want."
Well, I was very high, yes, and the only fun thing that I remember doing backstage is actually taking pictures with Joan.
Oh yeah. And there's a funny picture I have of Joan Rivers and Lee Bowery, and Lee is like 9 feet tall because he's wearing these huge shoes.
Right, and her head is like at his
She's
belly
like 4
button.
feet 8.
Right.
Yeah, she's like, it looks sort of like a.
So he's up here, and
yeah.
her head is like down by
like
where his
Danny
big-
and the Giant or something.
and still his,
Yeah.
belly was bigger than her head.
Right.
Even though she had helmet hair at that point.
Yeah. Oh my God, I know it. You look at her hair, and it's so like.
Helmety.
Nan Kempner or something, like a very 80s socialite.
Well, Alex Ziggy Phil wanted to know if Donahue, if people were high on Donahue, because he said that people seem really happy on that show. I didn't go to the Donahues because those shows were really early in the morning, and you would just be so tired. I was like, I couldn't get up.
I think that's the one where I put actual fake baby powder or something on my nose to make it look like I had cocaine.
Oh, yeah. It's just an act.
And Donahue, before we went on, he actually did one of these like right before the camera went on to like let me know that I had like white powder on my nose. I thought I just had a secret drug moment with Phil Donahue.
Or maybe he was offering you
Or
some.
maybe.
Or maybe he wanted some.
Well, he did. He gave us. We had a group hug before we went on. He was very like hippie-ish, very like left-wing radical hippie. And before we went on, he said that he wasn't going to ask us anything that was going to be shocking or anything that was going to hurt our feelings or scare us or offend us. And then
Imagine.
And then he said, "Come on, everybody, let's have a group hug." And we group hugged. I thought that was nice.
See you next time as we group
Bye.
hug.